Good morning children. Today I am going to discuss fundamentals of computer. Computer is an electronic device having memory, capacity to store and capability to perform different type of tasks. The use of such a data can help us to do a number of tasks, providing entertainment through games, music, etc. It gives information through internet. In schools, it is used to keep records. It provides the facility of video conferencing. Large calculations can be done on it. Computer helps to understand the designing techniques. Surfing can be done through computers. For proper surfing, a proper hardware and software source is compulsory. Today computers have become very powerful. The heart of all this power is the tiny silicon chip called the microprocessor. By now you know a lot about how a computer works. Let us look at a few aspects once again. Raw data is input to a computer. Computers then manipulate, arrange and analyze this data. This is called processing. Processing the data according to the user's requirement needs a set of instructions. This is the program. A program guides a computer on how to process the data. The result of processing is the output. Processing is central to a computer system. Processing is done by the CPU. You know that CPU is made up of three main units: the ALU, control unit and memory unit. ALU is where all arithmetic operations like addition and subtractions are done. The CPU works very closely with the memory unit of a computer. The memory unit, also known as the primary storage unit or primary memory. The primary storage unit has limited storage capacity. To augment this storage capacity, most computers also have secondary storage unit or secondary memory. The devices of this unit are connected directly to the memory unit. Memory of computer. Computer require memory for two purposes: for immediate processing needs and for long-term storage of programs. The memory unit, or simply the memory, is further classified as primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is volatile form of storage as it loses data when the computer is turned off. Primary memory is further classified as RAM and ROM. The primary memory we talked about earlier is called the random access memory. This name is derived from the fact that data can be stored and retrieved at random. RAM is the temporary storage memory. ROM, or read-only memory, stores information that instructs the computer how to process data and control its various parts. ROM is so called because the computer can only read the data and instructions in it but cannot alter or write on it. Now, just see the secondary memory. The term secondary memory refers to storage devices that are designed to retain data and instructions permanently. Secondary memory is non-volatile form of storage. Data in the secondary memory is stored by the user and is accessed only when it is required for any processing. Secondary storage devices are flash drives, hard disks, CD-ROMs and DVDs. Now children, see the next topic, that is computer data. ALU of a computer can only do addition, subtraction and comparison of numbers. It can only deal with numbers. Hence all information going into the CPU is coded in numeric format. The result of processing is also numeric. However, this is again converted into text, numbers, pictures or sound that can be understood by human beings. The numeric data that digital computers understand is in the binary form. Now children, see the next topic, that is machine language or machine code. The language that is understood by the computer is called the machine language. For digital computers, it is represented as O's and ones. You have already read about machine language in your earlier classes. The difficulty of working with machine language led to the development of programs that can convert an instruction given in language closer to English into machine code. These programs are known as translators. The languages closer to English are known as high-level languages. The translators that translate high-level language are called interpreters and compilers. Now children, see the peripheral devices. Devices attached to the CPU of a computer system by cables are called peripheral devices. The devices are plugged into sockets called ports. Port is the point from where data either enters or leaves the computer. Ports can be either parallel or serial. These are the two different ways in which information is transmitted. Input devices. Input devices are used to give information to the computer system. Now these devices are being made more sophisticated, the objective being to minimize the need for a human being at the input end. Input devices include keyboards, scanners, voice recognition system, magnetic ink character reader or MICR, barcode reader, optical mark readers, sensors, vision input system. Now see the output devices. Output devices that are familiar to you are monitors and printers. A monitor displays both the input and data as well as the processed data. Today monitors with high resolution are available that give good quality output. The output displayed on the monitor screen is referred to as the soft copy as it is not permanent. In order to preserve the output, we produce it on paper by using a printer. This output on paper is referred to as the hard copy.